Hello, my name is Simon, and welcome to AFC Bournemouth Analysis. Here's my take on our 1-1 draw at Leicester City. The good was that finally, after the two previous very flat performances against Huddersfield and Newcastle, we finally got a bit of a display from the lads. They put in a very hard-working performance. Defensively, they were hanging on in the second half, but you could tell they really wanted to get the points over the line. It just didn't quite work out. We also returned to the 3-4-3 formation that looked so effective before it went horribly wrong at Huddersfield, and I think that was very much because of the effort levels put in rather than the formation. So that made us look a real threat going forward, especially in the first half where there were players overlapping, running in. Leicester couldn't really deal with it, and with Stanislas, King and Wilson you've got a real mix of precision, pace and power that will cause most sides problems. And also what was good was that Lincoln City had their game postponed with Coventry, I believe it was, and then Leicester offered them half-price tickets in the Bournemouth away end, of which about 100 of them I think took up, and they really, you could really hear them. I could hear them from the radio. So thanks very much for the Lincoln City fans, and hopefully you've gotten over us thrashing you in the playoff final, which was quite a long time ago now. What was bad was that ultimately we created quite a lot of great opportunities in the first half and just couldn't quite get one of them in. And I think if we'd got a 2-goal lead, it would have been way too much for Leicester. Because Leicester, although they had some very good opportunities and over the whole balance of play probably deserved the draw, I think if we'd gone 2-0 up, it would have been too much for them to turn around. We struggled to take advantage of that. We also looked very disjointed for a lot of the second half, mostly the last half an hour, and we just couldn't keep a hold of the ball. We were just hacking it clear and just kept coming back. We were trying some rather underhanded time-wasting tactics, but ultimately that cost us in the end. But and I think Eddie Howe bringing on Andrew Sermon in place of a striker or as one of the front three was maybe a bit of a mistake. It pushed us further and further back. Leicester had a huge number of corners which they didn't take advantage of, but in the end it was one set piece they did take advantage of, and they got the goal. So it was a bit disappointing obviously to throw away the game with effectively the last kick of the match, but there were things to learn from, definitely. I don't think Callum Wilson and Josh King really worked together up front. I think it just has to be one of them as the main striker, and then either play King on the wing and as Wilson up front. It's a really hard situation to get the most out of, but those two just don't look like they can quite link up effectively. The ugly was probably the furore over the wall for the obviously Riyad Mahrez's last gasp equaliser for Leicester. Many people saying that there should have been 4 people on the wall. Adam Smith was moving over. People have pointed that out, although Adam Smith was only marking the Leicester player that was out wide, because if he doesn't mark him, Mahrez could slip him in and then he's through on goal. But I don't think any goalkeeper should be beaten from that distance, wall or not. I think a goalkeeper needs to be confident enough to say, you're not going to beat me from that distance, so do your best. I think Begovic was maybe slightly at fault for that goal, either for just not saving it or not organising the wall correctly. It was hugely disappointing to throw away the game that late, and that was an ugly way to end what was overall a fairly promising performance. Obviously we scored, but I'd say my favourite moment from the match was Lewis Cook and Wilfred Ndidi's impromptu snowball fight, of which I will put footage here if I can get it, and if I can't, just imagine 2 players throwing snow at each other and you're pretty much there. I get a couple of contributions both on Twitter, so thanks very much for that. The first is from Evasive Chicken, who I believe blogs about AFC Bournemouth, so check him out. And he said about the game, no less than Leicester deserved. We were average aside from heroic defending. I agree, some of the defending was pretty heroic, especially there was a block from Dan Gosling, I think, near the end, which was, his teammates went mental because it was such a good block. I'd say it was slightly above average. I definitely think it's a marked improvement on the Leicester the Huddersfield and Newcastle displays. Obviously, we're going to have to play a lot better than that against Spurs to get any kind of result, but I think it's something to build on, and I think it shows that, yeah, we're probably not going to get relegated this season if we've got enough about us, I think, to get results in our remaining fixtures. Then also, AFCB Jamie got in touch, also on Twitter, and he said about the game, 2 points dropped, missed chances, Stonewall penalty, 3 in the wall. Yeah, actually, that's. I'm glad you reminded me about that penalty, because Lee Probert's been a bit of a good luck charm for us so far this season. We'd won every game that he'd officiated up to this weekend, and he missed a blatant push on Charlie Daniels at the beginning of the second half, which would have given us obviously another penalty and probably put the game out of sight for us. So yeah, that was disappointing. He made some rather odd decisions for both sides. There was a Steve Cook challenge, I think, on Vardy, which should have been maybe a red card, or definitely a foul. I don't even think it was given as a foul. So, but that was after the second penalty decision should have gone for us. So, you can't play devil's advocate, although you can, and I just am. So, yeah, that decision was disappointing. And yeah, it's overall disappointing to draw the game from such a, position of the last kick of the game, especially as it would have got us so close to safety. Pretty much just one more win needed. But overall, I would have taken a point beforehand. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I went on a bit there, I apologise. But please do contribute to future episodes by following AFCB Analysis on Twitter and Facebook. The URLs are in this video's description, and they're also here in text form. I also write about Yahoo Sport once a week about Bournemouth, and my latest post is on Josh King and Callum Wilson, and a link to my bio on the site is in this video's description, so please do check that out. And please do subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment, let me know what you think, because your feedback is always welcome. And yes, thanks again so much for watching, and up the cherries in all departments.